Currently on my way to a Mitsubishi dealer, not to buy a car, but to pay homage to the Mirage. It's confirmed it's just been canceled, at least very, very soon. And so we'll do a little walk around once I get to the dealership, and we'll reminisce about the vehicle that's been in America, either as a Plymouth or a Dodge, since 1978. And the era of cheap new cars has now come to a close. The Mitsubishi Mirage is the last vehicle to transact as a new car under $20,000. See you at the dealership. Pulling in. What? Oh man, straight into the Mirages here. These are the G4 sedans, and I think we're just gonna park right in front of these Outlanders and do some walk-arounds. There's a sport model with a little red trimming on it. Now, I used to be a salesman, not for Mitsubishi, but one of the little tips if you don't want to be bombarded by salespeople is to go before or after hours. So look at this guy. So the Mirage comes in a sedan, and here's the 5-door hatchback. The thing is that now that this is being discontinued, all we have left in the Mitsubishi lineup are crossovers. Gone are the days of the Eclipse, so the real Eclipse, the Coupe, the 3000 GTs, the VR4s, and what we have left, and then the Galant as well. This one's stickering at well, $21,000 after destination. There are deals going on, I believe, in the Fort Myers dealership just north of this, that they're taking about $2,000 off the Mirage. And these guys, they come in lots of different colors. I like the colors. Let me know what you guys would be getting. Do you like the fancier sport model, or would you be going for the more ho-hum base models? I think that a lot of them are SE grade. We got a red one, a white one. These things are absolutely cute. I only see black interiors on them. They are only automatic. They used to come in a 5-speed, I think, manual transmission, but they canceled that a couple years back. We have under the hood a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder with 76 horsepower. You can get about 40 miles per gallon with these things. So they're very, very affordable and very, very good on gas. Now, crazy thing is, we're missing the little cap here on the front, and we don't have fog lights on this model, even though it's like one of the more expensive models from the factory. Now, I think you still get pretty good safety features on these things. We got a little red contrast here on the black seats. We do not have blind spot monitor, at least not on the mirror. I don't believe it's on the inside either. We got a fancy shifter on this model. I like the handbrake right in the middle. A little touchscreen action. You're gonna have, let's go ahead and see if we can see if there's radar cruise control on here. That'd be a nice feature for such a cheap car. I mean, look at the sensors up top here, so I wouldn't be surprised if you have radar cruise. Now, it's a standard cruise, at least on this car, and we have some nice red stitching on the steering wheel here. I don't know if you guys can see that with a little glossy accent. There's not a lot of these Mirages here on the lot. It's too bad that even though it's a black edition, this is all chromed out here. That would have been a nice touch. But I'd be getting the hatchback, and if you could find a leftover model or an older model with the manual, that would be the way to go. We have a limited edition here. I don't know what's limited about it. We also have a limited edition here. Oh, they got some fancier wheels. Check this out. We don't have Steelies on here. We have these, what are these, 14-inch wheels? Super cute, and that's what gets this vehicle super incredible fuel economy. We got the Steelies over here with the hubcaps, the 4 lugs. Oh, and also drum brakes in the back, something I didn't notice before, but you're gonna have rotors and oh man, these things are so tiny, but this car doesn't weigh anything. This car is the lightest 4-door car available in the United States. I'll put the pounds down below for you guys. It's just kind of sad to see this go. I see a ton of these on the road where I live here in South Florida. It's a great retirees car. It's probably not the best for road trips since you only got 76 horsepower underneath the hood, but it is a great starter car. It's great for fuel efficiency, and it's great around town, and that's really perfect for retirees. And I'm sure the AC blows cold on them. But I'm gonna hop back in the Bronco Sport. That's what I have this week for review, and I'll meet you in the office and we'll talk more about Mitsubishi, the Mirage, as well as sales. Make sure to check out my review on the Outlander plug-in hybrid. I saw at least 2 or 3 of them sitting here on the lot. That's pretty cool to see. I really like the plug-in hybrid. Just kind of expensive, but you can get really good deals on them. I almost want to keep driving through the lot to see if I find any goodies. If I don't, I'll just go ahead and cut to the office. I mean, look at the fancy wheels on this limited edition. Look at that, looking nasty. I hope it comes with those American flags too. Down here in Florida, these side-by-sides are a really big deal. People love taking them out in the sand, a little swamp action as well. But man, my heart is really more into motorcycles than side-by-sides at this point in my life anyways. And that's why I've been doing a lot of e-bikes on the channel. But I better be quiet and I'll see you in the office. I wanted to show you this one real quick. This is a little bit further up the road from me in Fort Myers with the Ralliart Mirage. I'm not kidding you guys. Look at what Mitsubishi's doing with this thing. You have lane keep assist, pre-collision systems on this guy. There's your backup camera. There's your over fender flare things going on with the decal. It has the same front end as the sport models for sure, but we have blacked out wheels. Man, we have Ralliart mud flaps in the back of this front wheel drive 3-cylinder monster. Look at look at that dime piece in the background walking through that Mitsubishi dealership. And we got a little two-tone roof going on as well with the black roof, the little spoiler here. I think it looks pretty fun, pretty cute. I mean, it's slow, one of the slowest vehicles, if not the slowest vehicles you can buy out there in the market. But hey, you got to try hard sometimes. And the Mirage Ralliart is doing that fantastically. It's only $17,550. It's got a $2,000 price drop, so there's not going to be a lot of these out. I'm not going to say it's a collector's item by any means, but if you want to stand out and you're in the market for a Mitsubishi, the last of the sedans, and look at this. This is not carbon fiber, but it's kind of like a fake carbon fiber texture on the overarch here. Same interior as the sport model, kind of with the, oh, actually, I think it's a little bit different. I remember this being glossy black in the model I looked at. So we have a red shifter surround and red vent surrounds here, but the seats are the same as the sport model. I think the steering wheel is as well. Automotive News is breaking this news to us that the Mirage is to be dropped. This will happen by mid-decade. I think they say specifically 2025 later in the article. Starting price of $17,340, including the shipping. That's for the base models. Most of the models I showed you at the dealership were black editions or special editions. Mitsubishi said it will introduce 9 new electrified models globally during the next 5 years and plow $10 billion into electrified vehicles and battery production through 2030. Well, Mitsubishi had the i-Me EV, I'm probably butchering that weird bubble looking thing, and they're one of the first manufacturers to the market with an EV. Their Outlander plug-in hybrid is one of the best-selling plug-in hybrids, not necessarily in the United States, but in the entire world. Okay, looking at the sales numbers. Well, the Mirage, as we know it in this current generation, started in 2013. They capped out in 2019 with nearly 27,000 units sold. And the writing on the wall, I guess you could say, was in 2022, where the volume dropped off to its low since 2014. Now remember, the Mirage cancellation isn't the first to hit the United States. It actually hit its home market in Japan first in 2022. So, well, I should say early 2023 as well. So at the end of 2022, the news hit, Japan is not going to be getting the Mirage any longer. You would think the Mirage, with having less competition, since all those small vehicles like the Honda Fit, the Toyota Yaris, all the domestic like the Chevy Spark, etc., and maybe the Nissan Versa might be canceled soon as well. Pretty much all of them are left. You would think it would be doing better in the market, but actually no, because if you spend just a little bit more money, you get more than twice the horsepower and better safety features in something like a Toyota Corolla. And you can get better fuel economy in something like the Corolla Hybrid and better like a lot better horsepower, like what, 50 more horsepower or something like that in a Corolla Hybrid. And you can get it in all-wheel drive and it looks a lot better and there's more space, etc. So yeah, like it's just not price competitive enough. That vehicle needs to be sold at like less than $15,000 new, and it's transacting closer to $20,000. Now the Outlander Sport that we have is being replaced by the X-Force, which is a production version of the XFC concept. That was debuted not that long ago. It was debuted actually as an electric vehicle concept, but I would love to see the X-Force come to America as an affordable hybrid as well, but I don't think we'll see it as a hybrid. It'll probably just be a tiny like 3 or 4 cylinder engine. 150 horsepower would be my guess. And it's just the continuing trend of sedans being killed off and being replaced by subcompact crossover-like vehicles. Oh, I remember making a video on the X-Force because it is actually getting Yamaha speakers. It's something that no other manufacturer that I'm aware of is doing. I gotta love that they're working with Yamaha here. I don't know if Yamaha is going to be the speaker of choice when these vehicles come to America, but I hope so. Now, it looks like it's going to be front engine only. We have 1.5 liter displacement. No surprise, it's a CVT. Now, the 1.5 liter is a 4-cylinder, but they don't give us any information on the power and torque numbers. You can get it with 18-inch wheels, and it has a ground clearance of 222 millimeters, which is 8.7 inches of ground clearance, which is pretty decent. It's almost 9 inches. If we look at Crosstrek ground clearance, that's 8.7 as well. So think of this as Mitsubishi's version of the Crosstrek. I think it looks better than the Crosstrek, the X-Force. Cool lights, boxier sort of design, floating roofline. It kind of looks like a shrunken down Outlander, but a much cleaner front end to it. The Outlander has like the funky boomerangs going on. And these lights are very much like a Polestar or a Volvo sort of light styling going on, which looks pretty good. I could see Mitsubishi selling a crap ton of these things in America if it can come in around the same price point of the Mirage. I doubt it though. They're probably going to be in the low 20s, but still, even then, I think this sort of design vehicle will do really, really well for them. And fuel economy, no, it's not going to be 39.40 like the Mirage is, but it'll probably be around 30, I would assume. For its first fully electric model, they say it could come in 2026, and I would think that it would be built probably in Canton, Mississippi at the Nissan plant, because Nissan's building sedans and crossovers there for their Nissan Infiniti lineup, and I think it'd be fitting if they shared it, that sort of architecture, and put a Mitsubishi logo on it to reduce costs for them, and that way they also qualify for the EV tax credit. However, it might be a coupe-like crossover that could replace the Nissan Leaf. So they might have their own version of the Leaf or Leaf 2 or whatever they decide to call it. Further out, Mitsubishi might bring an electric pickup to the market. Now, it can't be built in Japan because of the chicken tax, 25% import tariff. So what kind of pickup would they be looking at? Well, Nissan is, I think it might be the far out concept. It's this little orange pickup truck right there. It's really cool looking. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to build this in Mississippi as well. And for Nissan to share this, oh man, look at that little bubble. I haven't even seen that image before with the surf out concept. But this thing would be pretty cool. I'd love to see Mitsubishi get their feet wet with it as well. If you remember back in the day, Mitsubishi and Nissan teamed up for the Frontier/Raider. Check out the Raider. These things are not common on the road. It's almost like the Suzuki Equator. If you guys remember that, that's pretty rare. So was this Mitsubishi Raider. You just hardly see any of them out on the streets. Now, Mitsubishi in other markets has the Triton, and this truck just got redesigned. In some markets, it's called the L200. And check out this guy. It's a very cool looking pickup truck. The front end, don't know, but the side of it looks really, really good. The back of it, I think it looks great. I think actually the old Triton looked better. What do you think of this design compared to this design? This is just too over the top, too much detail. And yeah, this cleaner design here looks a lot better. But we don't get that in America. You guys over in Australia and other parts of the world, maybe even in Europe as well, you might see the L200/Triton. So I'll see you guys down below in the cancellation of the last Mitsubishi car. The rest are crossovers, and maybe we'll get a pickup truck in the future. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't know if people are going to want a fully electric pickup truck. I would imagine that'd be very, very expensive. But time will tell. Maybe battery technology will change a lot by the time that vehicle comes out in the later half of this decade. So the last domino for the Mitsubishi sedans and coupes following. So the last domino has fallen for the Mitsubishi cars, and fully crossovers going forward. I guess that's where the money is, and they don't have a lot of money like Nissan parent company or to invest in cars that just don't sell well. So it's amazing that we still have some things like the Nissan Z and the Nissan GTR, even though their bones are very, very old, to reduce costs, but they're still very fun and attractive vehicles for Nissan. Unfortunately, Mitsubishi hasn't borrowed any of the sports car DNA that Nissan still is lingering with. they haven't incorporated it. And so Mitsubishi's fans have completely disintegrated over the last few decades. And they're just like any other crossover at this point. Yes, their plug-in hybrid technology is pretty unique and quite desirable if you can get a screaming deal on the Outlander plug-in hybrid. But the rest of the vehicles, now that the Mirage is gone, like, to me, the Mirage is a little bit desirable because it's so unique, so affordable, and so compact. It's a great city car, but still, it's always going to be beat out by things like the Corolla that cost just a hair more, have way better power, safety, and space. But I got to shut it down there. Pour one out for our homie, the Mitsubishi Mirage. Your life was but a mirage at this point. Just a couple more years left of production before it is gone forever and into our memory. If you made it this far, smash the like button for the Mirage, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.